We all experience the intoxicating phenomenon of the pump. You finish an intense, high-volume workout, you look in the gym mirror, and you feel huge, absolutely invincible. But then, life happens. You take a mandatory rest week, or you get busy with work, and within just a few days, that massive look seems to vanish into thin air. You feel like you've lost weeks of hard-earned progress in a matter of days. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. If this cycle frustrates you, take a deep breath. You haven't lost your muscle. You are simply experiencing the fluid dynamics of human biology. Today, we are exploring the fascinating, sometimes frustrating, but incredibly powerful world of the fluid muscle. We are going to decode the science of glycogen, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, and stamina. We will uncover why your muscles shrink so fast, how to use the pump to trigger permanent growth, and how to build a physique that isn't just for show, but is packed with relentless, functional endurance. Please like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. Let's begin by answering a fundamental question of muscle biology. What is sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, and how does it specifically increase the fluid and energy volume of the muscle cell? In the fitness world, we often talk about muscle as if it's a solid block of protein. But a muscle cell is actually much more like a water balloon. Inside this balloon, you have the actual contractile hardware, the steel cables known as myofibrils. But surrounding those cables is a rich, vital fluid called the sarcoplasm. This fluid makes up roughly 25% to 30% of your muscle's entire size. When we talk about sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, we are talking about an increase in the volume of this non-contractile fluid. The sarcoplasm is filled with water, mitochondria, enzymes, and most importantly, stored carbohydrate energy called glycogen. A landmark 2023 review in the Journal of Applied Physiology confirmed that certain types of training deliberately force the body to increase this fluid volume without necessarily adding more protein structures. You are essentially expanding the fuel tank of the cell. This creates a larger, rounder, and softer muscle belly, a look often associated with classic bodybuilding. It is the body's brilliant adaptation to ensure you never run out of gas during prolonged, intense physical stress. So, how do we intentionally expand this fuel tank? Why does high repetition training, specifically in the 12 to 20 repetition range, force the muscle belly to store massive amounts of glycogen and water? It all comes down to energy demand. When you lift a massive weight for 3 to 5 repetitions, your body relies on a very quick, short-lived energy system using ATP and creatine. But when you push a muscle into the 12, 15, or 20 repetition range, that quick energy runs out. Your body must now break down sugar, glycogen, to keep the muscle moving. When you consistently train in these higher repetition ranges, you create a massive depletion of local glycogen. Evolution is incredibly smart. To ensure you survive the next time you face this kind of prolonged stress, your body overcompensates. It aggressively pulls glucose out of your bloodstream and packs it back into the sarcoplasm of the working muscle. And here is the biological magic trick: for every single gram of glycogen your muscle stores, it brings roughly 3 grams of water along with it. A 2022 clinical study on muscular adaptations demonstrated that this specific repetition range maximizes glycogen supercompensation. By chasing the burn, you are literally forcing your muscles to pull in water and sugar, creating that dense, fluid-filled volume. Now, you might be thinking, if it's just fluid, does it even matter? The answer is a resounding yes. How does this cellular swelling, what we call the pump, trigger a powerful anabolic signaling cascade for future growth? For a long time, researchers dismissed the pump as purely cosmetic. But modern cellular biology has revealed that cell swelling is a primary trigger for protein synthesis. Your muscle cells have a membrane that senses physical stretch. When the sarcoplasm fills with glycogen, water, and blood, it pushes forcefully against the cell membrane. This mechanical outward pressure activates specialized sensors called integrins. According to groundbreaking research published in Sports Medicine in 2024, when these sensors detect extreme cellular swelling, they trigger the mTOR pathway, the master regulator of muscle growth. The cell interprets the swelling as a threat to its structural integrity. To prevent the cell from bursting, it signals the nucleus to reinforce the walls by building more actual muscle protein. The pump isn't just temporary vanity, it is an acute biological stressor that commands your DNA to build a stronger, more resilient structure. Despite these benefits, we have to address the psychological hurdle of this training style. Why does puffy sarcoplasmic muscle deflate so quickly when you take just a week off from the gym? It is entirely normal to feel a sense of loss when this happens, but understanding the mechanism removes the anxiety. Remember, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is primarily an adaptation of energy storage. It is metabolically expensive for your body to hold onto massive amounts of glycogen and water if it doesn't think it needs to. If you take a week off, or if you lower your carbohydrate intake, your body realizes that the high repetition, high demand environment has passed. It begins to release the stored glycogen and flush out the accompanying water to save metabolic energy. Research from the European Journal of Applied Physiology notes that muscle glycogen levels can drop significantly within just 5 to 7 days of detraining or carb depletion. You haven't lost a single ounce of actual contractile protein. You haven't lost your steel cables. You have simply emptied the fuel tank. Once you return to the gym and eat a carbohydrate-rich meal, that fluid volume will rush right back in within 24 to 48 hours. Let's shift our focus to functional capability. How does an expanded sarcoplasm drastically increase your muscular endurance, stamina, and acid buffering capacity? While dense, low-repetition myofibrillar training gives you the absolute strength to lift a heavy couch, sarcoplasmic training gives you the stamina to carry that couch up 3 flights of stairs. When you expand the sarcoplasm, you aren't just storing water. You're massively increasing the concentration of mitochondria and capillary density within the muscle. More importantly, a larger fluid volume allows for a greater dispersion of metabolic waste. When you work hard, your muscles produce lactic acid and hydrogen ions. If these accumulate too fast, the muscle fails. That's the burning sensation that forces you to drop the weight. A 2021 study on endurance physiology found that a robust sarcoplasm acts as a biological buffer. The extra fluid dilutes the acid, while the increased capillary network flushes it away efficiently. By building fluid muscle, you are creating an engine that refuses to quit. You build a body that can endure the sustained, grinding physical tasks of real life without breaking down. There is another brilliant, hidden benefit to the pump. Why is chasing the pump highly beneficial for delivering raw amino acids and nutrients deep into the muscle belly? We call this phenomenon hyperemia, a massive, localized increase in blood flow. When you perform 15 repetitions of a bicep curl, your body forcefully pumps blood into the working area, sometimes increasing local blood volume by up to 4 times the resting rate. This rushing river of blood isn't just carrying oxygen, it is a high-speed nutrient highway. If you have consumed a proper meal containing essential amino acids before or after your workout, the pump physically forces those amino acids deep into the microcapillaries of the muscle tissue. A comprehensive review in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism highlighted that exercise-induced hyperemia significantly enhances the cellular uptake of proteins and repairing hormones exactly where they are needed most. By swelling the muscle with blood, you are hand-delivering the bricks and mortar directly to the construction site. It accelerates recovery and optimizes the healing environment in a way that rest alone simply cannot match. So, if we want the absolute best of both worlds, the permanent, dense strength of myofibrils and the stamina and signaling of the sarcoplasm. How do we get it? How can you strategically periodize both myofibrillar and sarcoplasmic training for the ultimate, functional physique? The most resilient bodies are hybrid bodies. If you only train heavy, your joints will eventually burn out, and you will lack stamina. If you only train light, your muscle will look puffy but lack real-world, structural power. The solution is strategic periodization. One highly effective, sustainable method is block periodization, where you dedicate 4 weeks to heavy, dense lifting, followed by 4 weeks of higher repetition, fluid building volume. However, my preferred clinical recommendation for sustainable lifestyle training is daily undulating periodization. This means combining both in the same workout. Start your session with a heavy, compound movement, like a squat or a press, for 4 to 6 reps to build the steel cables. Then, finish the session with isolation movements in the 12 to 20 repetition range to flush the muscle with blood, expand the fuel tank, and trigger the swelling-induced growth cascade. You build the dense foundation, and then you fill the tank. Here is the doctor's verdict: the mixed power. Understanding your biology changes your relationship with the mirror. When you look a little flat after a few days off, it's not a failure, it's just your incredible, adaptable body-conserving energy. Your worth and your health are not defined by the temporary swelling of your cells. By embracing both the heavy weights that build your armor and the high reps that build your stamina, you forge a body that is truly prepared for anything. You are building a vessel that is capable, resilient, and enduring. Remember, sustainable health isn't about chasing a quick cosmetic pump. It is about respecting the fluid dynamics of your human machinery. I want to hear from you. What is your favorite exercise to get that high repetition stamina burn? Let's start the conversation in the comments below. Keep training smart, stay resilient, and I'll see you in the next one. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you, it helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.